So we are wrapping up today. This is the last day of the conference. I just want to understand, how is this compared? Because how many conferences have you been to so far?
Yeah, a few. I think this is number 5 for me.
Wow.
So the first one I went to was Glasgow 2019. So maybe 4 actually. Glasgow, Gothenburg, Copenhagen here, so it's 4.
Mm-hmm. How does this one compare to the others?
Well, different venue, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, although to some extent with these kind of, you could be anywhere in the world in
You're still
these
in one
kind of spaces,
Yeah.
And it does feel like that. It's like a little quality village that kind of moves around the world and pops up in various places, and you get the real community vibe here. There's a kind of really passionate group of people that get a huge amount of energy and recharging and support from each other, because when you listen to the details of what they're dealing with, there's some really intractable stuff. It's the population health issues, the discrimination, inequalities, which are rife throughout society. It's like a stick of rock, this stuff, and to see the kind of passion and dedication that people have to try to get practical solutions to these problems, it genuinely is an inspiration. And you could just see how important these events are to folk, to feel like they're not alone, and they can learn from each other, and they see, oh, there's a great thing happening in East London, what can I learn from that? It's a really valuable event, I think.
And who is someone that you've seen speak who you've been really inspired by?
I'm going to say the West Ham supporter.
Oh, okay. Is that Joseph Lyons?
Joseph, and I forget his colleague's name, who got us to stand up and go, "Come on, the Irons!" So that was fun. But I think what really switched the light bulb on for me was them talking about how they're working with excluded men or people with chronic long-term conditions, helping them to engage with physical activity, for example, which we say, oh yeah, do some exercise, but it's not that easy and the more disadvantaged you are, the harder it is to do that. Oh yeah, I can't just go and join a gym, right?
Yeah. You need that extra layer of support.
Yeah, and a kind of a pull factor as well, doing it through something like a football club. And the other thing that I liked about that was that they're looking at a kind of an alliance of clubs. They're getting together with all the other clubs to try and kind of coordinate and have a bit of a sort of national approach to it. So I think the answers are things like that. We have to activate what people are interested in and what they're engaging with, and help them to then set the agenda of how we're doing it.
Well, football is the biggest sport in this country, and I mean, some people, it's like the biggest part of their lives. So it's a massive engagement tool. So I think that's so interesting.
Yeah.
In terms of, I guess 2025, what are you hoping to see next time?
I think I would say a continued improvement in how we do co-production. I think this conference has been a step forward in allowing communities, or helping communities and empowering communities to set the agenda. But one of the things that, from talking to lots of different people, I've learned is that there's still a long way to go. We've got a huge amount to learn about doing that, and that involves handing over the agenda right from the start to people with disabilities, people from different backgrounds, people with the conditions that we're trying to solve. And because when we work together in good faith, we get all sorts of things that the medical director could never think of. And QI provides a set of tools that allows you to evaluate and spread those around, so it's not just one thing happening in isolation, it can be spread. So I think I would like to see a continuation of that journey, and more involvement, more agenda setting, and empowerment of those groups to tell us, the QI community, how we can do things better.
Okay, last question then. How do you think this has gone in terms of the growth of the Beyond the Room team and how you feel like?
It's a massive milestone, and it's been an absolute delight to work with you all, and we've learned a huge amount about how to do this. It was a kind of we're what is it? I hope we're not failing too much, but we're kind of doing things. We're doing a bit of failing, and we're going to do a bit of learning.
Yeah.
So I'm really grateful to the Quality Forum for bringing us in to do this and to try out new model of doing it, because I don't know if this has been done in this sort of setting before. So it's a huge milestone for Beyond the Room, and we're really grateful for the opportunity and love working with people like yourselves who can teach us old timers how we should be sucking those eggs, because there's always stuff to learn, and it's and for me that's the big joy in all of my work, is that whenever I do a project, whether it's a website, whether it's working with a group, always learning new stuff, and that keeps the brain happy.
Yeah, no, 100%. I agree. I think it's been such a pleasure to work with everyone, and just to get to know everyone. And I think instantly when we got here, it felt like we already knew each other quite well. So I think it's just great to have such a team who is also, one, really passionate about why we're here, and also come from such different backgrounds as well. I think that's so important when you're trying to get a team like this together. Yeah,
absolutely. And he's a great person to rally behind, the elf, because is a positive image, and it's a shame Andre couldn't be here to share in it, but he's back at the ranch, and he'll be editing out all our ums and ahs, and I'm sure this will be slick as anything when it all goes out. Can't wait to see it all.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's been fantastic to meet you, Louise and Jay, and I hope to work with you again soon.
Yeah.